All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Utah. It's Pastor Dow. In everything in life, people have different perspectives, persuasions, and for sure, here in this country, we exercise a lot of selective hearing. Did you hear what I said? In this country, we exercise a lot of selective hearing. In other words, when somebody says something, we heard what they said, but we are hearing what we want to hear. How many times that happened to you? How many times have you actually said something to someone and then you said, wait a minute, after they repeat it, they said, or they make an accusation and you said, wait a minute, how did you come to that conclusion? I did not say that at all. Oh, yes, you did too. That's the good thing about videos on YouTube, because you see, when you say something, you can always refer back to the video because you have a record. Most people, they will argue you down. They will argue you down. I know what you said. I know what you said. No, you didn't either, because you did not hear good at all. You didn't. You just flat out did not hear. And the battle and the fight goes on and on again. You can tell that a lot of my new subscribers, or let me say the ones that I used to have, you can tell that they exercise the art of selective hearing. And the very thing that people accuse you of, they are guilty of it themselves. Can y'all imagine if someone is listening to Pastor Dow that they can actually accuse me of racism? Now, how comical is that? How comical is that? And, you know, I just refer them to my website. Just go to my website. Just go to my website, go to our services, go to Straightway Tech Team, check it out, look for yourself. I don't have time to try to answer every single man, but I do know this. I do know that people exercise the art of selective hearing. Let me say this again. Let me see if I can get this over to someone. Because, now, first of all, you need to understand that Pastor Dow was a Christian for 25 years of his life. I started going to church when I was 12 years old. I was reading the Bible heavily. Teenage years, kind of, going off into the military, kind of got away, got back real quick though, along about 23 years old. And believe you me, I understand and I know about Christianity, because see, I wasn't like some people. I believed what they told me. And I did not exercise the attitude of the Bereans. And most people are guilty of that today. The Bereans, what they would do is they would hear something that someone said, and then they would go back and they would search the scriptures to see if what those people are saying is so. More often than not, let me just say it that way, people repeat and they believe what they heard other people say. And if you ask them, did you do your due diligence and actually check behind what you say you believe? I found out that people just really, truly have not actually investigated what they believe. They just take it for face value. They trust in people. And again, I'll say it again, have not done like the Bereans. So I know Christian dogma. I know Christian doctrine. And I've come to the conclusion after many, many, many years of study and living set apart and immersing myself in the Word, or baptizing myself in that Word, and knowing history, that Christianity is a satanic pagan religion. Now, that's my opinion. You don't have to take it. Now, because I said something about that religion, does that mean that I insulted you? Not at all. People insult religions all the time. Look at America. They called Islam radical Islam. You tell me what's more radical than America, who touts itself as being a Christian nation, going around killing all these innocent civilians, calling collateral damage, all in the name of God. You tell me who's the terrorist? Who is raging terrorism all across this world? And beside that, I want to tell you, we have given Israel a $700 billion raise or something like that. Now they're going to be getting, I think it's either $3.6 billion in aid from America a year. I wonder who made that deal. But that's what they're going to get from. They used to get $700 billion. Now they're going to get, 700 million. They used to get 700 million. Now they're going to get 3.6 billion a year from America. And what do we get for the deal? They're our allies. They're our friends. Wow, man, I tell you, that's expensive, isn't it? So anyway, Most of you exercise the art of selective hearing. Just because I'm talking about a religion that I ask you to investigate, and most of you are just not willing to do it because it's too painful. Before you start rushing to judgment and think you understand and know what I'm talking about, and do some investigation first. You're going to find out that when you start independently doing your own research, you start using a little self-autonomy, you're going to be embarrassed. Literally. But you first got to be willing to look at the facts. And when you do that, oh man, it's game over. It's game over. Sorry, Christians, but the religion is pagan. It's satanic. It has nothing to do with the Bible at all. I'm passing all these churches right here, and every one of these churches are Catholic. Don't care what flavor they got on, because they follow all the tenets of Roman Catholicism. None of them follow what the Bible says. I'm on a road right now that's probably got about 6 churches, and none of them follow what the Bible says. But they say they're all Christians. Somebody's right and somebody's wrong. I think you ought to check it out. I think you all check it out. One thing you're going to find out is that when you start keeping the commandments and start embracing truth, you're going to find out that your family, that you thought they loved you so much, man, you wait and see what great enemies they will become. So I'm not insulting you as an individual because you choose to follow the religion of Christianity. I am insulting your religion because it's false, it's pseudo, and it's a lie. Now, I've laid charges. The burden of proof is on me. Is that right? You say it's not. And I say the burden of proof is on you. So tell me why Christianity is right. Because Jesus Christ was not a Christian. And that is the truth. And that's the truth straight way.